What happens when a father is absent in a young boy's life? And what does that boy become? Nathan Eugene Pinkney was born in West Germany in 1988. His parents were Robin and Colon Pinkney. Robin grew up in Santa Barbara County. She was a dancer and performer and active in the life of her church. She enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1983 and trained to be a chaplain's assistant, where she was stationed in Germany for the next 3 years. While in the Army, she met her future husband Colin Pinkney from Huntsville, Alabama. The two married in 1985 and had one child together, Nathan. The young family moved back to the States shortly afterwards to live in the Los Angeles area. The relationship between Robin and Colin was strained, however, and they would eventually separate. Colin would go on to serve in Operation Desert Storm before retiring from the Army in 1991. He then moved back east and never returned. Nathan and his mother moved to Fall River Mills, California, where his maternal grandparents lived. Nathan spent his childhood in places such as Round Mountain, Bernie, Big Bend, and Castle, California, where he attended a Christian academy. Tragedy struck in 2001 when his mother died of a rare form of leukemia. She was only 38 years old. Nathan spent some time under the care of his grandparents and later, his foster parents. Nathan graduated from high school in 2006 and enlisted in the U.S. Air Force soon afterwards. Nathan's time in the Air Force was short-lived, however. After completing basic training at Lackland Air Force Base in Texas, he was injured during security forces training and given an honorable discharge, though it is unclear what the nature or extent of his injury was. All in all, Nathan spent about a year in the military. When he came back to Shasta County, he took computer classes at community college and for the next few years worked doing entry-level desktop support. The internet culture of the early 2000s shaped Nathan's personality in profound ways. When he discovered Reddit, his life became focused on making memes, trolling strangers online, and allegedly cyberbullying. Nathan eventually abandoned a career in tech support in favor of bartending and working in restaurants, such as Club 501, Redding's former gay bar, where he was a lead bartender. Nathan changed his focus to video content around 2017, when he created his YouTube channel. His first videos were parodies of late-night talk shows, where he mostly made fun of Redding and mocked the people who live here. Later, he branched out to live streaming, where he took donations and continued to make fun of his hometown. He also showed a cruel streak, when he would create trashy rap tracks dissing on locals, as well as pulling pranks on the homeless by throwing eggs at them. During these streams, he showed a growing focus on politics, which he viewed almost solely through the lens of racism, which he believes is at the core of all of society's ills. Nathan also frequently used the anti-police slogan, "All cops are bastards," on his show. By this time, Nathan was also a committed atheist and spent a good portion of his live streams mocking Christianity, along with his frequent collaborator Ashley Winters. In 2020, Nathan traveled to Seattle, Washington to take part in the Capitol Hill organized protest, known as CHOP. The Autonomous Zone was an anti-capitalist experiment in direct democracy. Nathan participated in the periphery of the protest, providing some drone surveillance to the CHOP security forces, as well as documenting the events on his YouTube channel, where he can be heard outside a police station chanting, "No justice, no peace. Take to the streets and F the police." CHOP would eventually end in violence, after 4 people were killed and numerous sexual assaults occurred. Nathan says on Facebook that he was shot at. Nathan first caught the attention of prominent local leftists in 2021, when he created parody videos mocking the Red, White, and Blueprint documentary series and the effort to recall Leonard Modi. All this came to a head one night, when Nathan came up to Carlos Zapata and tried to goad Zapata into a fight, when Zapata waved his arm and knocked over a glass of water on Nathan. It set off a chain of events that would grip the community for months to come. This is a frequent tactic of Pinkney, who will often act provocatively and get into people's personal space to instigate a reaction and bring more views to his social media accounts. When they don't take the bait, it only makes him angrier. Nathan's attorney on the later court case was Lisa Jensen, who is now his fiancée. Nathan came to the attention of national media in 2023 when he was kicked out of a Board of Supervisors meeting for causing a disturbance. In that meeting, a speaker with a history of erratic behavior unexpectedly used the N-word. Nathan began yelling at the speaker. When he would not stop, he was asked to leave the chambers. When he refused, he was escorted out by security. A week later, when Chair Jones explained his actions by citing the constitutional requirements for free speech, the liberals in the audience jeered and booed. Though he publicly accepted Chair Jones' apology, Nathan's disruptions of public meetings have only gotten worse. All this makes great content for Nathan's friend and sometimes employer, Donnie Chamberlain. Nathan's profile continues to grow. Recently, Tim Garman nominated him to serve on the Shasta County Elections Commission. The vote to appoint happens on July 2nd. Garman, who has said in the past he would not appoint anyone to the commission because he believes it would put them in potential legal jeopardy, does not have that concern for Nathan, who he is using to score cheap political points against Chair Kevin Cry. Moreover, Nathan is not qualified to serve on the commission, whose bylaws state that the potential commissioner must be of good character. Nathan's personal and professional life is a mess. As his frequent outbursts at public meetings show, he will likely do the same if he is allowed on the dais, which he will use as a stepping stone to higher political office. Nathan is also a misogynist, especially towards conservative Christian women, and has called for political violence in the past. He is also fundamentally cruel and mean-spirited. It is unclear if any interaction he has with conservatives is ever in good faith. Nathan has said repeatedly that he does not think the commission should exist, and his first act as commissioner would be to demand its dissolution. The Board of Supervisors face a stark choice, but Nathan also has a choice. Will he turn away from division and chaos, start a family, raise children, and embrace God? Or will he continue to be just another clown in the local political circus?
The times that I've cried, keeping all the things I knew inside. It's hard, but it's harder to ignore it. If they were right, I'd agree, but it's them they know, not me. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.